So I bought a lot of these packs because they were like so cheap, and I kind of know like all of them by heart. I was like, oh, I want this one, I want this one, I don't want, I don't want this one. You know, I paid attention a lot to these 16 or 20 characters, and oh yeah, 20. There's 20. But you know what? I've never seen the movie Lego Movie 1 or 2, and I'm about to go watch it. But before watching the two movies, I'm gonna do a kind of review of the character. Not a review, but I mean like I'm gonna go one character to another one to kind of say what I think those people are. I know that's Lego Movie 2 here, but still, that's the one I know. I don't know the ones I don't know the ones in, I don't know the sets that was produced for the Lego Movie 1. I'm gonna do it afterward, but I'm gonna start with this one because I got the sheet. So, yeah, so one by one, this is my prediction of who those people are. Then I'm gonna watch the movie and I'm gonna find out if my predictions are right or not. So this guy here, of course I've seen some stuff online, some memes or some spoilers, so there's some stuff that I might know, so I'm gonna say it now, you know. So this guy, the only thing I know about this guy is that one time he goes to a coffee shop, and then the coffee costs $37, and then he says awesome. And that's the only thing I know about this guy. So I believe since he's the first one here, he's like the main character of the movie. Also, there's a Lego set that it's like this girl with this guy on a house. Like just like if they own a house together. So I believe they're a couple, or maybe like it's like the love story in the movie. Like those two end up together. Maybe in movie 2, but maybe not in movie 1. But anyway, so I don't even know the name of this guy. Maybe it's Larry or Benny. I think there's a guy called Benny. Oh no, I think it's this guy, the Benny guy. Anyway, I think I saw this name one time. But anyway, okay, so this guy, I don't know why. I think he says awesome because he says awesome to everything. So that's my prediction. Like there's a lot of, let's say there's a lot of bad situation that happens to this guy, but he think everything is awesome. So he stays positive all the time. Like he's super positive, and then maybe people abuse of him because he's too positive all the time. He looks like a construction worker, or like maybe he works on a TV stage, you know, like he organized people like working on a movie. He got like earphones, so probably like he's managing some kind of stuff, like talking to some people like, hey, do this, do this, do that. So yeah, so that's the main character here. Then we got this ninja thing. I got a theory, but I'm not sure. Like this girl here always have like purple and turquoise hair, and there's some turquoise and purple stripe on her shirt here. So I believe maybe that girl is that girl, but I think it will be just weird for a miniseries to have 2 times the same character. Like they wouldn't do that, right? So it should be a different character. But anyway, I thought it could have been the same girl. So here, I believe it's something. I believe that's not, the character is not always like this, but like towards the end of the movie, there's like an action scene where they're in the desert, and then like they need to do some really physical action and not be seen, and then she needs to look for the enemy with her binoculars, right? And she needs to shoot them. She needs to shoot the enemy with the arrows. I always thought this character, it's a little bit lame that she doesn't come with a bow. Like she has arrows, so she should come with a bow, you know, to use the arrows. But maybe there's something about it in the movie. Maybe that's why she doesn't have a bow in the movie, and she needs to throw the arrow with her mouth, or like just throw the arrows just like a javelin. That would be nice. So yeah, and I believe she's not a main character, but she's important, right? But if she's that girl, she's one of the main character. I believe like those three here are the main characters. They're friends. Maybe like those two guys are in love with that girl, which is this girl. And then that's the plot of the movie. But this guy's is like always unlucky, but he think everything is awesome, so he got more chance to score than this guy, because this guy a lot of shit happens to him, but he's like never positive, and she doesn't dig this guy because of this. This guy, of course, he's like an old Lego spaceman, so I believe like he's like a guy that was lost in space for a long time. Like he was put in some kind of spaceship, spaceship wreck, like in the space, and then they found him after like 20 years, 30 years, and then he survived space, and then they kind of reanimated him. But he'd been through a lot of stuff in his life. You can see like the logo is teared off, and then his helmet is cracked. So I believe he was rescued from space, and he feel like he owes something to those people here. It's either this, or either it's very lame and he's just like a toy. I have no clue. Maybe the movie is set just like Toy Story, like it's kid playing with Lego. I don't think it's like this. It will be lame if it's like this, but if it's like Toy Story, this is the forgotten toys that was in the basement, and then they found it after like 20 years, and he's all broken and everything. But I believe it's not like Toy Story. I believe it's more like Batman. Oh yeah, the only thing I've seen in Lego, it's the Batman movie. Okay, this giraffe. I believe there's like a costume party at one point, so that's why there's those two people. And the giraffe is more present. Like the giraffe has like a word, like a one sentence punchline, and that's very funny, and that makes the kids laugh. So that's why they made it there, because the kids are like, oh yeah, the giraffe, I loved it in the movie, it made me laugh, so I love the character. But on the other part, like this pencil character doesn't talk in the movie. She's just like in the background, and no one really cares about it, and even if you don't pay attention, you don't really see her. But maybe the drawing is something special about the movie, like she gives that to someone. Maybe it's a drawing of this guy, and maybe she's flirting with this guy, or maybe they fall in love. Maybe they did a drawing of him. Now yeah, this guy has a crush on her, but he also have a crush on her. But then this girl made a drawing of this guy, so then he's like, wow, she loves me. So then he falls in love with her just because she loves him. And that's like really towards the end of the movie. So yeah, I believe that's what happened with the first row. Let's go with the second row now. Okay, there's a couple of people here that have this kind of survival post-apocalyptic thing, just like they are out of a Mad Max movie, just like this guy and this girl. This girl has glasses. I believe it's like a nerd girl. I think I saw once the booklet of this for Lego Movie 1, and this girl was in Lego Movie 1, but she had like a different outfit. So I believe there's something happening in Lego Movie 2 where like those people have to face like a bad situation, and they turn out like killers, just like a Walking Dead episode, right? And I believe this girl, since she has glasses, she's probably like a nerd. Maybe she's a nerd that likes library and her cat. Oh yeah, I think in the other books, other booklet, other series, she has like a normal cat. So maybe she turns out like a punk because they need to face like a big enemy. So that's why this guy, maybe it's at the same time as this scene here. And then yeah, the cat turns out like a bad person, but it's just towards the end of the movie that she turns out like that. And then suddenly like Oh yeah, that's a character I believe that she's like super quiet and library girl kind of. And then she turns out like a massive killer and she kicks ass like a lot. And then you're like, wow, I wouldn't have seen that coming. So I believe it's like this. Okay, now there's a pattern here. There's like this girl, this girl, this girl, and this girl, which are like singers, right? Um, so yeah, so there's a connection with these girl. Either they're in a band together, but they don't look like they're in a band together because they're not like they don't match. Like this one is a cat girl, this one's like a ballerina, this one has bubble on her chest, and this one is more like Hawaiian. So I believe they compete against each other. At first, I thought it was like a team, like a band that they will all play together. But if it was like that, they wouldn't have all of them a microphone. They would have like had a guitar, maybe a drum, maybe maracas for her, and then I don't know, a keyboard for her, and then she would sing. So they would have all have a role in the band, but that's not the case. They all have a microphone. So I believe they compete against each other for a singing contest. So maybe this guy that falls in love with this girl, they happen to like bump into each other in the Lego City street, and this girl is like a singer, or she wants to be a singer, and he thinks she's really good at singing and blah blah blah. But that's the other one that she competes against, you know, like just like those television show where you gotta be the best one and then show to the judge. Maybe it's this kind of thing. And she's really like a pop singer. She's more like a Hawaiian singer, like jazzy kind of thing. And no, she's more like rock, you know. And her, it's more like pop singer. No, she's like the pop singer, and she's like, I don't know. She's just like really classical music. No, she got a tape. She's like 80s. She got a tape. There has to be something with the tape, you know. They're from different era. It looks like this. That's a vinyl, so she's like from the 50s. That's a cassette tape, so she's like from the 90s or 80s. And she doesn't have a media here, but that's a support. But that's okay. She's more like, she's from Japan, man. She's from Japan. Yeah. And this girl, of course, she's the one that won because she got the certificate here. What is written there? Everything is awesome. Whoa. Okay. So that's what he says at the coffee shop. So probably this girl made a tube. Like she made a song. Like her one hit wonder is based on something that he says. Maybe she's out of inspiration, and then this guy is like, yeah, but everything is awesome, just make it a song and it's gonna be awesome. And then she's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna name my song Everything Is Awesome. And then that's really trendy and everything. And then she owed this guy something, because it's because of him that she got all the fame and she won the prize. So this is what I believe about these one. This guy here, just like these one, he's like at a costume party, and he's not really like a main character. It's just like something in the background. Maybe at the party there's like a punch where you grab some fruits, and this guy like his head pop out of the fruit bowl, and he's like, whoa, I was in the fruit bowl and you didn't notice me, and blah blah blah. And that's like funny, lame, like funny slash lame. Okay, that's like the worst, like the costume people, because you don't really know how it will fit in a movie, you know. Okay, this guy, I hate this character. Like that's the first one. Like when I first bought like a pack for $2, a discount near my place, I was like, man, it's gonna be great. I can't wait for the one I'm gonna have. And then I opened it, and it was this guy, and I was so sad. I was like, man, this guy sucks. So I'm pretty sure this guy is not a main character in the movie. It's pretty much an enemy. You know, when I talk about her shooting arrow to someone, it's probably to this guy. Maybe he's an enemy, but not like a big enemy. Not like there's like 50,000 of this guy, but more like you know, like he comes out of a swamp and he tries to grab like the legs of the people with his whip to eat them. He actually eats people, and then he didn't eat like one of the main character, but you actually see him eating a secondary character, like an NPC, like this one here, because he's and then he says, it's juicy," you know, what as he eats this guy, and then it's not like violence because he actually just eats the upper part and he doesn't eat the guy. So that's like really Lego friendly. Let me just do pose on my video can just go for 16 minutes max with this camera, so I'm just gonna do pose and do another one. Alright, the other one has started. You have seen nothing, right? Okay, I talked about this girl, so let me go with the one in the middle and these one. These one is gonna be easy because that's all the same thing. Well, okay, this guy here, I think I've seen this earpiece in the Lego Movie 1 sheet, like character sheet. So I think it's a recurrent character. Same as this guy is a recurrent character. Seriously, I know nothing about the movie. It's so weird to say this. I should come up with names at the end. Okay, so okay, this guy is like, oh, maybe he's the dad of this guy, or maybe the dad of her. Maybe, yeah, it's more likely a dad of her because like if you see a father and son, no, he got to be like the autonomous guy that she digs because he lives in an apartment by himself, but she still lives at her parents, you know, and that's the dad. And then he's really daddy because he play like golf and then his sweater and everything. And I just don't get his earpiece. Maybe this guy comes out from like what's the name, not Roblox but the other one, Minecraft. Maybe he comes out from a Minecraft set and that's why he looks like this. Maybe his parents, like the grandparents of her, they're like one Lego person and one Minecraft person, so that's why it came out with this earpiece. You know, like cross races. I don't know if that exists in the Lego Movie, but that will be dope. You know, like cross races, just like if a friend character made out, I mean like half kids would, a Lego character, then it will make like a weird person, just like a friend buddy, but with a normal Lego yellow head. They like mix stuff like that, or if you can cross races with this shit thing here with the Lego and then it's half. I believe that's the kind of thing Lego can do in their movie, but will they go that far? Maybe not with this, but maybe with the Minecraft and normal Lego person to made out like this kind of shape, they will do. So this guy comes from two different parents, Minecraft and this normal Lego guy, and he's the dad of this girl. And yeah, you really support the girl in achieving her goal as a singer, but then towards the end of the movie he dies, and that's very sad, and that teaches you like lessons in life for the kids, just like love your elderly before they pass away. This guy here is Abraham Lincoln. I mean, he's I think I've seen that somewhere, like his name, Abraham Lincoln, beard, when I saw this piece on Bricklink. So I believe he's Abraham Lincoln. And there's something about like this and this being like the same part in the movie. I believe it's towards the end. I don't know how they come up to have Abraham Lincoln in the movie. Maybe he's like out of Mount Rushmore, and then Mount Rushmore comes alive, and that's this guy, and he helps them beat out like the bad guy. Not this guy, but maybe there's like a bigger bad guy. Oh, maybe that's the bad guy, and then he controls all the lizard people. Anyway, so he's really dope, and he throws axes. He actually throw them away, and since they're two-part, there's a reason why they haven't made like a one-piece axe. I believe they made it two two pieces axe because it's something in the movie. Maybe like he throws axe and they split together and the blocks break, and then he used the stick as something else at one point in the movie, you know, like open a key, a padlock, you know, and then wow, he succeed to open the padlock. That's very cool if that happens. At one point in the movie, you see him like put the googles down. Everything I say, it's just hypothetical. Like I know nothing apart that this guy, I'd buy it for $37 the coffee shop, and this guy is Benny, I believe. I know nothing, so everything I say is total crap. Don't believe me, just listen to this video for your listening pleasure and laugh at me because I don't know shit about this movie. Okay, this is a guy with a dinosaur. Okay, that's weird. So Lego did this Jurassic Park thing. I don't know if they got the license of Jurassic Park, so probably they have like a kind of cameo about this in the Lego movie. I don't know if this guy is in Lego movie 1 though, but this guy is part of the good people. So far it's all good people. I believe that's the only one that is bad. Or maybe she's bad. Maybe she's an enemy and I don't know. I would love her to be an enemy. Maybe those two are enemies to the good one. But this guy doesn't look like an enemy. Like those two might look more like enemies to the good guy, but not this one. This one looks like the problem solver. You know, he's like, I've seen stuff that you have never seen, kids. Let me help you out with your problems. And then he solves everything. And I believe the dinosaur is like his pet friend. Maybe he's like so good at training the dinosaur that he can accomplish like really good achievement with his pet dinosaur. Like, hey, go grab that boomerang there and bring it to me so I can beat the boss and stuff like that. I covered this girl. I don't know why she's dressed like a cat, but I don't really like her. I hope she's not talking like meow, 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 meow. That will suck. I'll do this last, because this is so weird. Okay, so the Wizard of Oz. So either it's in the movie or either it's not in the movie and they just throw that in to have like 4 more characters in this set. Because, you know, like it's normally a set is 16 characters. So maybe they came out with 16 characters of Lego Movie 2. And then they couldn't made like 16 characters of Wizard of Oz, so they were like, we're just gonna throw that in while this set, and it's gonna be a separated things. I think it's separated because there's the logo here, and there's another logo here, Wizard of Oz. If they were part of the movie, they wouldn't have wrote like Wizard of Oz here, right? But deep inside me, deep inside myself, I hope they're in the movie because I am a big fan of Wizard of Oz. I think that's one of the greatest story that was written. Like if you look at not like just the first book, but the other books with the big worm and the armies, and that's like crazy dope. Like I've watched it a lot when I was young, like the anime from Japan, and I don't know if it was from Japan, but that was like, that was probably from, anyway. Well, okay, so yeah, you know the characters here, I have nothing to say about them, but let's say if they're in the Lego movie, maybe it's because they watch a movie in the Lego movie, and then those people comes to life. Maybe that's why, like, Abraham Lincoln's comes to life too, you know, like there's some kind of interrelation, like they bring stuff to life. Maybe that's the bad guy that makes like all the media comes to life, and then that create like a chaos in the world. And yeah, that's it. And they need to beat the people. But I believe they don't have a big role in the movie because that will be like so weird. Like it's just like a little scene with them, and you're like, "Whoa, that's Wizard of Oz," and then you like it, right? And now let's come to this thing here. Even on a personal level, on my daily life, I have no clue what this is in the Lego. In the Lego brand. I think it's called Unikitty. So it's a cat. She's a cat. Hey, that's 2 cats here. But I have no clue. I have no clue. Do they actually sell sets with this crap? And who's buying this? Like, this is not beautiful. This is just weird. Like, just do like a horse that it's like a plastic piece, and I like playing it with it. Not like a piece of, like, this will like rip apart all the time if you play with this thing. Like, what is this supposed to be? Like a unicorn, rainbow unicorn? So I believe this thing is from the land of like utopian happiness, where everything is super positive. So maybe that's in the mind of this guy here, since he thinks everything is awesome. Like, those are his psychotic friend, you know, and then he sees them everywhere. And I have nothing else to say about this. Either it's this, or either it's the big enemies. Maybe that's the boss. Like the big boss that makes chaos in the movie, you know, and produce a lot of these lizard people. Yeah, and then they got married and they have a house together because there's a set about this. So this is it, and I don't know the plot of the movie, but that's it. So this guy works on a movie stage, and then once upon a time he bumped into this girl at the coffee shop, and then she says, I'm doing a song, and then she produced a song based off what he said, and then he meets the dad. He tries to convince the dad and charms the dad to have her, but then he's also in love with her, but he's like super lame. So then and then the boss produced some monster here, and then the monster get all over the city, and then those people helps the main character to try to fight the lizards, and at the same time she's having like a contest between those singer one. And then who did I forgot. Oh yeah, there's the party where those people are at the end, and then she falls in love with him, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna get over this girl, and I'm gonna forget about her, and I'm gonna love this girl. And then, oh yeah, this guy like gets this, and yum yum yummy, right? So that's all about movie Lego 2. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I'm gonna do. I don't know if I'm gonna do a video after watching the movie, but that will be a nice idea to to post my impression after seeing the movie, being like, oh, I was wrong, oh, I was good, oh, I was right. But I have to go for movie 1 first, so let me go do the prediction of movie 1 before, because now I will watch movie 1 and I won't know like if this happens in movie 2. But anyway, I wonder if they made spoilers. There's probably not spoilers in this set, but who knows. Okay, see you later, alligator.